Once again, we are back on Egmont Soch's ttalk train of thought with a series of an episode with Professor Brigadier Dr.H.S.Cheema. It was interesting insight. So what we got in our earlier episode about in how in OTA like they have made a boy into a man like. So welcome to this episode. Now, can you throw some light in terms of a team performance, tank crew, and tank and weapon system?
I was the driver. There was a three-striper who was the gunner, and there's one JCO who was the commander of mine, right? And there's one loader. It's a four-man crew there. And we used to live there on a tank. One side we used to put a tarpaulin, and everybody, all four of us to sleep there. Yeah. All four of us to cook there. We carry our own ration.
Okay.
So in the field you cook there, you are sleeping there, you are talking to them. Mm-hmm. So with that what happens? You break the barrier between an officer and a man.
Correct. You're on one task like.
You become an integrated team.
Mm-hmm. And what is the duration of staying away with a big part of a tank like?
No, we always stayed with the tank.
With the tank.
But this training was about 15 days. 15 days. Right. And when you stay overnight, when it's raining and there's only on tarpaulin there and everything wet and everything there, even 15 days is a long time, right? So we started from there. I still remember we used to roll our chapatis with the rum bottle, right? So, and everything to be cooked there, and the kind of food which is cooked there in the field by the crew is phenomenal, right? So that being apart, and my JCO used to sleep in a tent, but I used to sleep in that we call it a bivouac. So we used to with the men, right? So because I was told you are not an officer till the time you earn your rank.
Earn your rank.
Because unless I know my tank well, unless know I men well, unless I know my tactics well, and unless I can command a tank and a troop well, correct, I am not an officer.
You have to earn that to be part of it.
I had to earn that.
Good.
Right. So how do I do that? In that, I had to learn the tank driving from my buddies who were tank driver. I had to learn about gunnery from a guy who was a gunner. I had to learn about commanding a tank from my JCO. How to command a tank? What is the cupola? What is the job? How it's supposed to be done? So all that thing put together. So the process is you learn from your juniors, you master it, and then you become a role model. They'll say, this guy does it better than me. He's even better than me. Then they will start following you. That is the only way to become a leader.
So it's all the process you're thrown into life.
Absolutely.
Good.
So unless you learn from them and rub shoulders with them, you don't become a team.
Correct.
And unless you become a team, correct, you really can't contribute. Correct. And once you start contributing, then you learn, correct, on the job, correct, and then master it and become better than them.
Better.
Okay. Both physically and mentally.
Yes.
Because you will be put through all the tests, right? Unless you achieve that,
correct,
you will not be accepted as a leader. You don't become a leader because you are posted as a troop leader. Sorry,
but you have to
go through the process. Earn that.
Good.
You have to earn that whatever appointment. That okay, I am there because I am capable of doing that.
Right.
Now another thing about the tank is that it's a complete teamwork. Here, the driver can't see the gunner can't see the commander, and commander can't see the loader. Without seeing anybody, they have to do all the activities which are in sync. You know, a tank is a piece of equipment. It cannot fight on its own.
On certain command.
It will become a piece of weapon only once you put the crew in that. And that weapon, how good that weapon is, depends on the proficiency of the crew. If their integration is fantastic, if I'm a driver, if I'm an excellent driver, and my gunner is an excellent gunner, and my loader loads the ammunition which is required before my gunner can think of and do that thing, and the commander gives the right target which the gunner can destroy. Okay, all this works as a well-oiled machine, and they are sitting in different compartments. They can't even look at each other.
Oh, I see. So it has to sync with all the level, like
it has to be a second nature. Without talking to the guy, I must know what the guy is thinking and what is he up to.
Correct.
And he should also know what is my requirement.
Correct.
You will be surprised to know the safety of a tank is the responsibility of the driver. He has to take the path, and the exposure of the tank has to be minimum, because your enemy tank should not be able to hit you.
Correct.
That is the job of driver.
Correct.
Nobody can tell him, because everybody's survival is done that.
Correct.
And destruction of enemy depends on the gunner's ability.
Correct. How
fast he can destroy that. And they say, ek gola, ek tank. Not a second ammunition, a round of ammunition I'm going to use that.
Oh, I see. So perfect on the target.
Yeah. And unless the commander picks up the right target in the right time,
correct,
the gunner can't destroy it.
Can't decide.
And unless the driver puts the tank on the right angle and the right place where you can fire and platform is leveled,
correct,
the gunner cannot achieve the accuracy.
Correct. So
if the gun is tilted, the gunner can't hit the target.
Correct. Oh.
Right. So all this thing has to be put together, even uttering a single word.
Oh, I see.
So it has to be a second nature.
So great insight on tank crew. Like, can we code it within corporate world or those learning?
Of course, in the corporate world, you can't do everything alone. That is one thing. And you don't have all the expertise.
Yeah.
And third thing is, even if you go there as a manager, so you must learn what exactly your subordinates are doing, what exactly their functions are, and we should also learn their certain skills which are there, that how do you as a manager help them to further improve their skills,
Correct.
further improve their performance, and the function and the performance of one team member should enhance or synergize with the performance of their another team member.
Correct.
So unless they support each other, unless they understand each other, unless they have that understanding that okay, this person needs to do this and I must give this support, and that should happen without the other person asking for it.
Anything. So it has to be
It has to be with a complete camaraderie. It has to be complete with spirit de corps.
Yeah.
Right? It has to be done with a complete dedication, selflessly.
Correct.
Because if the guy performs better,
Correct,
the team is going to perform better.
Correct.
If the team performs better,
Correct,
the whole organization will perform better.
Correct.
And when the organization performs better, everybody becomes better.
Correct. I think it's an excellent insight what we got. I'm sure there's a lot of insight, the experience of 40 years of Professor Brigadier G.P.S.Cheema. I'm sure we're going to catch up with him in our next episode of ttalk ek Boond Soch ki. So thanks a lot for being part of this show, and we're going to catch up on next episode.